everybody. It is Wednesday, YouTube Wednesday with Cassie. I am here to teach you something fun. If you join our Creative Cafe International audience, then I actually taught this over on the public CCI page last night. So I'm going to do it again today because I think it's super fun and it's perfect for the holiday. And I really am quite proud of the cute little layout I came up with. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make fireworks without the fireworks punch because it left. And so I was like, you know what? This is just a fun thing to teach everybody how to do. So we're going to come over and we're going to just talk a little bit about these. So it's super fun and easy to do. We're going to first bring this over and we just need strips of paper. I used the shimmer, the starry blue, the firecracker red, and the white shimmer because it's for the 4th of July. Of course, you could use whatever papers you want. And the other thing to remember is that you want to use something thin with what I'm doing because, well, you'll see. You'll see why. It'll just turn out nicer with thinner papers. So just making 1/2-inch strips. And you can do it from any scraps, so it doesn't have to be a full 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You just want to make a bunch of these strips for what we're going to do. And you can actually, as I teach it to you, you can watch and see that you could actually do it with just designer paper that has a nice design on it would work. I chose to do it with the strips of paper because I just thought it turned out super fun. I want to get another 1/2-inch strip out of here, but you know it's harder to do when you have just a smaller piece of paper. So I usually use my multi-purpose tool to hold it still. And of course, I left it sitting out of reach. So I just stuck my multi-purpose scissors in there, microtip scissors, there we go. And that also helps me to hold it still. Okay, so now we've got our strips. And I'm gonna come over and we're just gonna make am I echoing? I'm hoping that somebody's watching that can tell me, but we're going to make these into different size strips. They don't all have to be the same. And we're going to come in. I hope everybody had a really great 4th of July. Mine was fabulous. I got to go help my sister with some scrapbooking, and she's putting together the most perfect Taekwondo album next. Jiu-Jitsu. My nephew does all kinds of fun martial arts. And she did her Ireland album. And we were looking at the wedding things I had done for her a while back. So that made it a really fun 4th for me. Okay. So now I used a backing sheet of paper. And I use this because it's nice and thin. If you have the older ones, they're a thicker cardstock and they'd still work, but maybe not quite as well. And you want the repositionable tape. I almost grabbed the wrong tape. And you're just going to put a whole bunch of it on here. And you'll see why. You don't need it to go all the way to the edge because the top 1/8 of an inch is going to get cut off. So you don't have to waste it up there, but you do want to really make sure that this paper gets coated because we are going to do some serious cutting. And if we don't coat it, then it won't turn out as nice. Okay, if somebody is watching, if you can tell me if it's echoing at all. I feel like there's a little bit of an echo on my end, but I could be wrong. Okay. I'd hate to go through the whole thing and then find out. Okay, so we're just going to come on, and I'm just putting these different pieces on here. No echo. Yay, thank you. I really appreciate that. And you can overlap it just a little bit if you didn't cut it perfect. Get it all the way across. And it's okay if your last piece goes over a little bit. And then I'm just going to come back the other way. And I hope that you guys enjoy this, what we end up with, as much as I did. I was just tickled pink because I was planning to do something fun with the firecracker punch for the 4th of July. And then it was gone. And I was like, oh, I can still do something fun. And it'll be even more fun because it'll show how versatile all of our tools are. You know, I always find that even when something leaves, there's something else exciting. And so it's really fun to be able to help people find the next exciting thing and not stress that maybe they missed something. Oh, I think I want white there. And a little more tape. Okay, I'm going to go back the other way again. We're gonna actually have to do this a couple of times because we want it to be able to be a little over 2 inches thick for what we're doing. So we'll go back and forth. And what's really nice is this is not something that you have to be perfect on. So you can go quickly or you can go slowly. You can build it so that it's absolutely perfect little wall, but you don't have to. You can just go quick like I'm doing. The trick is to make sure that you use a lot of tape, because if you don't use a lot of that repositionable tape, then you're going to end up having it all fall apart on you, and that would be sad. I think this is one of my favorite techniques now because it just makes it so versatile. There's so many fun things you can do. Back. I'm such an in-person person. It always feels so weird to me when I'm working away and there's nobody talking back to me. I like lots of audience participation. Okay, so now we're just going to go back the other way one last time. Almost there. It was such a beautiful hot day today. Didn't spend a whole lot of it outside. I was trying to catch up on some work. Hi, Marcia. Okay, so there we go. That's all the rows we need. So these are just some extra little pieces. I've just moved those out of my way. And then I'm going to use one of my favorite things, microtip scissors, and I'm just going to trim the end off so it's out of my way. Super simple. Okay, now this is important. These silicone mats, everything static clings to it. So I usually grab a piece of cardboard. I didn't grab cardboard, so I'm just going to grab a page, and I am going to punch on it so I do not end up with little pieces static clinging to my silicone mat. And then I'm just going to bring this over to the black line, and I'm going to punch. And then you're just going to want to move it carefully because remember, we have repositionable taped the heck out of this thing, and there's all these little pieces on there, so you just don't want them all falling off on you. So you're keeping it flush against the top on the left side, and you're lining it up to the blue on the other side. And see why we didn't have to go all the way to the edge, because it cuts the edge off there. And now we're just going to bring this over, and we want to measure. First, we're going to measure it over to 2.5 so that we have a nice black line to line up against to get it straight. And then we're just going to back it off a little bit because we don't want it to be quite 2.5, but we just wanted to use that line to make sure it was nice and straight. And then we're going to cut. And see, look, there's a little bit where it's not there, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be just like the other thing. So now we're going to take and we're going to just repositionable tape it down to the backing sheet again so that we can turn it around and go the other direction. I'm going to bring this over, and in it goes. Line it up with that black line again. And across we go. Look how pretty that's turning out. I just love the colors. Like I said, if you didn't want to do all that taping, the same technique that we're doing, you can do with some designer papers. It's just that what I'm doing, this works out really nice. So let's push this off, bring my page back over here. And now we're going to make these fireworks. So we're going to trim this off. And then we're just going to go to each of these little peaks. See how there's a tall peak that sticks out? And we're going to go like this and make it go like that. See? Hoping you can see. So I triangled it off. And we're going to go all the way around and do all those tall peaks that way. So the neck's going to come out. And this is going to give us all these little points for our fireworks. So fun and so simple. And you can have fireworks in any color that you want with this. And like I said, I highly recommend shimmers. You could also easily use the designer papers, whatever makes you happy. And remember, you don't need to be perfect while you're doing this because it's a firework. And are fireworks perfect? No. So don't get yourself all nervous about it. Just clip, clip, clip. And there we go. We have a firework. And then with this one, I just took all 5 of them off. So I trimmed them all off. And I did 5 little fireworks. And then if you want to do this exact page, then this is from the Washington, D.C. sticker pack. So I just pulled that out and did it as the border across the bottom. And then I did the Independence Avenue. I clipped off Avenue and centered it up. So I had a cute Independence sticker. And these are also from the Washington, D.C. sticker pack. And those are available. And then you can do a 1/2 inch strip across the top. I measured this over on the decorative trimmer to the 4.5 to the left of the wave. And then I just matted 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 onto 6.5 by 4.5 mats. And then I can add my 4x6 photos right there. So super fun. And I will probably, when I put my pictures down, I will probably add another smaller photo overlapping them here and mat it because I like to get a few more pictures on the page. But I just wanted to give you guys an example of how you could use this. So I hope that was fun, and I hope to see lots of people making it. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here, and have a wonderful evening.